from laws of motion, initial portion is deleted in this year. So laws of motion actually start from friction. So friction is the force which opposes the relative motion between contact surface and body, that is called friction. And why friction is produced? Actually what happens due to molecular irregularities at the contact surface, opposite body A and body B, and this is the molecular irregularities between them. That's why interlocking will takes place at the contact surface, so force of friction is produced. So the basic reason of friction is the irregularities that present at the contact surface, due to that interlocking takes place, and which is a region of friction. So friction basically of two types. One is static friction and other is kinetic friction. Static friction means the force of friction which come into play so long as the body is at rest, called static friction. Suppose it is a horizontal surface and a body of mass m is kept. So the following forces act on the body, that is P, the external force, or force applied by the observer, and this is the frictional force which is always opposite to the motion. And normal reaction, the action of normal reaction is always perpendicular to that plane on which body is kept, and the direction of weight mg, it is always toward the center of path, or you can say perpendicular to horizontal surface. So here in equilibrium position, when body remains at rest, so applied force is equal to frictional force and normal reaction get balanced by weight. And maximum external force value of static friction which come into play when the body just begin to move, that is called limiting friction, or you can say the maximum value of static friction, that is called limiting friction. It always oppose the motion of object, depend on nature of the surface. If nature of the surface is rough, suppose, then force of friction or limiting friction is also more. And force of friction is directly proportional to normal reaction. And if we take proportionality constant, the Fs is equal to mu s into r, and this mu s is called coefficient of static friction, and its values depend on nature of the surface. Kinetic friction, force of friction which come into play at the contact surface if there is a relative motion between body and surface. Suppose if it is body kept on the surface, and if there is a relative motion, then force of friction which is produced at the contact surface, that is called kinetic friction. Correct now? And kinetic friction also proportional to normal reaction. So if we take proportionality constant, so Fk is equal to mu k into r. So mu k is called coefficient of kinetic friction. Correct now? So kinetic friction, it is of two types, sliding and rolling. So in the case of sliding friction, when we can say a body slide on the surface of other body, the area of contact that remains same. For example, the force of friction between tip of fountain pen and copy, between chalk and board, all these are the examples of sliding friction. Rolling friction, when we say a body is rolling on the surface of other body, the area of contact variating with respect to time, then force of friction at the contact surface called rolling friction, such as the friction between moving tire and road is an example of rolling friction. Correct now? And here the magnitude of sliding friction is much more than that of rolling friction. Why? Because in sliding friction the area of contact remains same, so strength of interlocking at the contact surface is more in sliding friction and less in rolling friction. So sliding is more than rolling. The more important point in this segment, actually angle of friction. See here, suppose it is a body of mass m kept on the horizontal surface. This P is the external force which is applied by the observer. It is force of friction opposite to the applied force. This is normal reaction perpendicular to the plane surface, and weight perpendicularly downward. So here in equilibrium position, normal reaction get balanced by weight and external force get balanced by force of friction. So what are the angle of friction is? See here, angle of friction is the angle between, remember it, angle between normal reaction and resultant of normal reaction and force of friction, which is here OB, called angle of friction. So here lambda is called angle of friction. So in right angle triangle OAB, if we take its tan lambda, so tan lambda is equal to perpendicular upon base, means Fs by r. So tan lambda is equal to Fs by r, but as you know, coefficient of static friction Fs is mu s is equal to Fs by r. So instead of Fs by r we can put mu. It means mu is equal to tan lambda, means the coefficient of static friction is equal to tan of angle of friction. Similarly, angle of repose. Suppose OB is the horizontal surface and OE is another plane on which is inclined by an angle phi. So this phi is called actually angle of repose here. So phi on which a body is kept whose mass is m. So the direction of beat is again perpendicular to the horizontal surface. In the direction of beat perpendicular to OB. Direction of normal reaction is always perpendicular to that plane on which body is kept. So here R is perpendicular to OA. Correct? So if we resolve mg along two vertical component, so its horizontal, one is mg cos phi and other is mg sin phi. So this is horizontal component and this one is the vertical component. So in this diagram, normal reaction R get balanced by mg cos alpha and Fs get balanced by mg sin alpha, mg sin phi. So let's see what are the definition of angle of repose. This is the minimum angle of inclination of a plane from the horizontal surface on which a body is kept just begin to move, just tend to move. That is called angle of repose. So suppose here phi is the angle of repose. So we can see here R is equal to mg cos alpha and Fs is equal to mg, it is mg cos phi and Fs is equal to mg sin phi. Phi is the angle of repose here. So R is equal to mg cos phi and Fs is equal to mg sin phi. Take the ratio of these two, Fs by R. So you will get mg sin phi by mg cos phi, and which is equal to tan phi. Correct? But Fs by R is coefficient of friction mu s. It means mu s is equal to tan phi. It means the tan of angle of repose is itself is equal to coefficient of friction, and we have learnt earlier कि tan lambda means angle of friction is also equal to mu s. We can equate them, that is tan phi is equal to tan lambda. So we get phi is equal to lambda means angle of repose is equal to angle of friction. So it is very important what are the relation between angle of friction and angle of repose. Clear? Similarly, one more important point here, कि pulling of a roller is easier than to push it. When we pull a roller, then it is easier, but when we push it, then it is a little bit difficult. So suppose here it is a roller of radius suppose r, which is present on the horizontal surface. Then following forces will act on it: mg perpendicularly downward, r perpendicular to the surface, and Fk just opposite to the motion, and this is the direction of force by which we pull it. So if we resolve this F along two vertical component, so F cos theta is horizontal component and F sin theta is its vertical component. Clear now? So see here, what during pulling, what happened? R plus F sin theta, these two are the upward force which is balanced by weight W, mg. R plus F sin theta is equal to W. So R is equal to W minus F sin theta. This is the resultant upward force. But force of friction Fk is equal to mu k into R, because as you know mu k is equal to Fk by R. So mu, correct na? So Fk become mu k into R. Instead of R, write down its value. So Fk is equal to mu k W minus F sin theta. This is the maximum force of friction during pulling. See here, mu k into W minus F sin theta. This is the resultant force of friction during pulling. And let's see what happened during pushing. Suppose if we push same roller along this way, this angle is theta from the horizontal, so this angle is also theta. And if we resolve this F along two vertical components, so it is F cos theta and this one is F sin theta. Clear? Downward. So here R is equal to F sin theta plus mg. R is equal to W, that is weight mg, plus F sin theta. And since again Fk is equal to mu k into R, so instead of R write its value, so Fk become mu k into W plus F sin theta. This is the force of friction during pushing, and earlier during pulling it was mu k into W minus F sin theta. So during pulling the value of force of friction is less as compared to during pushing. So thus more friction will takes place during pushing. Thus the pulling the roller is easier than to push it. Correct now? It is one of the very important point why pulling the roller is easier than to push it. Similarly, acceleration of body sliding down on inclined plane. See here again a body is kept on inclined plane which is inclined by an angle theta from the horizontal surface. Mass of the body is m. So this is the direction of weight of body mg, perpendicular to the horizontal surface. Normal direction perpendicular to inclined plane. If we resolve mg along two vertical components, so mg cos theta and mg sin theta, it's two vertical component. Mg cos theta is horizontal, mg sin theta is vertical. and body is moving downward. So see here, what are the resultant downward force? mg sin theta downward, fk upward. So resultant downward force become mg sin theta minus fk. तो बट अगेन सी कोफिशिएंट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन इज म्यू के, तो एज यू नो म्यू के इज इक्वल टू एफ के बाय आर. तो एफ के इज इक्वल टू म्यू के इंटू आर, इट बिकम एफ के इज इक्वल टू म्यू के इंटू आर. तो एम जी साइन थीटा म्यू के, बट सी हियर आर गेट बैलेंस्ड बाय एम जी कास थीटा. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ आर वी कैन राइट हियर एम जी कास थीटा. एंड बाय सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ न्यूटन एज यू नो एफ इज इक्वल टू एम ए, तो इट बिकम एम ए इज इक्वल टू एम जी साइन थीटा माइनस म्यू के एम जी कास थीटा. एम कैन बी टेकन एज कॉमन and get cancelled. So this is the resultant downward acceleration on any inclined plane. A is equal to g sin theta minus mu k cos theta. So it is acceleration. Okay, thank you. So these are the few points in laws of motion chapter. So you will see it carefully. Thank you.